guys, I'm Kel from Kelly T Black Metal Reviews. Shiva are a death metal deathcore band hailing from Australia, released through Reality Fade and Chin Check merch. Their debut album, Planet Eater, hits the decks today, the 9th of July, and is a portly beast of a listen, there is no doubt. Being a big fan and follower of old school death metal, oof, when I hear call in anything, call me a snob, but I tend to cringe. But when Taylor, the Devastator on Shiva vocals, threw me a copy of Planet Eater to listen to, I fucking loved it, I have to say, from start to finish. This is truly off its face, and you guys need to get on board with this. The trio behind Shiva are showing off why Australian extreme metal is some of the best. Completely unhinged and maybe even a little quirky and definitely abstruse sounds that are coming out of the world right now. This 11-track whopper named Planet Eater is fueled by beastly and violent themes, fat riffs, beefy breakdowns and hostile vocals that just cane across the musicianship, giving it so much texture and so much depth. And this must be played at maximum volume from start to finish, so don't be a pussy and turn this fucker up. Accompanied by very cool music clips and lyrical clips, joined by various guest artists, Planet Eater starts out with one of my favorites, which carries a heavy thrashy beat initially and moves into a heavy rhythmic flow with fat palm muted riffs and a vocal performance that is both fucking huge and exhausting simultaneously, and it is Hands of Death. There is such a damn groove to this track. It's full throttle and filthy with screw-up face breakdowns, and the guitar solos manage to be somewhat atmospheric in amongst the callous sounds that are going on behind it. And I've got to talk about Alpha, another favourite of mine. This is the second last track, and Christ, it is massive. The slow, skulking, bent riffs were just off their face. They were so damn penetrating. And the funk to this track, the funk that is carried through this track with those big rhythmic bass lines are just so damn good. This is such a catching banger. There is just so much going on with this big wall of organised noise, that's for sure. The structure of this album just stood out to me. You know, there's so much layered guitar work going on here with faded, unhinged guitar melodies in the background, giving it a little edge. There's also some real ethereal, techno type sounds going through, just enough to hear it, but not to take away from any of the brutality, that's for sure. The vocals for me moved into a real hardcore urgency intermittently throughout this, and it works so well amidst with those gutturals, you know, those unrelenting gutturals that are just off their face. This man has a beastly vocal. It is just insanely good throughout this entire album. Such As Life is another favorite of mine. The drum track is off its tits in this one. Everything about this album screams aggression, but the drum track on this one just killed me dead. The entire flow of this track was so macabre, so threatening. The vocal tones were completely demanding and just translating authority. The down-tuned guitars just broke me. Seriously impossible to not move to this one. I feel like your neck is going to be on the floor at the end of this track, at the end of this album. It truly is a big fuck off heavy listen. fucking firecracker debut this is. Great variety, with some tracks even shining a bit of old school death metal and blackened flows such as Plagued. Loads of thrashy fat elements. It just chugs along and punishes you the entire way through. There's a mad instrumental. There's even a Kanye West cover. That is absolutely insanely good. First time I've enjoyed Kanye West in a long time. These guys are a band you need to keep an eye on. I can't fault anything about this album. The punishing endeavor was from start to finish, let me tell you. The production was just brilliant, so professional, showcasing the sophistication, and I was completely blown away. Guys, this banger debut, Planet Eater, it is on all digital streaming platforms. It's also available for physical copy. They also have some really sick merch, so do check it out. It's totally brutal, and support the bands. That's what it's all about. Please check out their socials. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. And a big shout out to Shiva. You know, you guys have done this deadly first release. You've built your following from nothing. You've worked hard to market yourselves, and you've done it really right. And I just feel like other bands could take a really big page out of your book. So just keep it brutal. I can't wait for the next album, that's for sure. I'm Kelly T. This has been my Albums of the Week. If you like these reviews, we are on YouTube, so please hit subscribe. Tap the notifications so you don't miss these deadly albums that we're talking to you about every week. We're also on Instagram and we're on Facebook. Cheers, guys.